Hey YouTube, this is the Halloween Horror Nights 24. This is our overall top 10 for the event. We went 2 nights. We needed both nights because it was so crowded. We went opening night and the second night. So this is just our own personal opinion. So, yours may vary or whatever, but we have our own individual. And first we're going to go with Brian's top 10, starting from number 10.
Okay, so my number 10, it's a really, really good year this year. I personally feel it's one of the better years since 2010, the 20 Years of Fear. That was my first year ever going. I think overall everything is really great. Number 9, Masquerade Unstitched. Excuse you, I really like that street experience. They don't want to call them scare zones anymore. The street experience, it's like a Victorian era ball, yeah. But everybody's evil and murderous, and there's a lot of stilt walkers. I really like that whole street experience, like the candles with the faces in it and the chandelier. Number 8, the Xenomorphs in Alien vs. Predator. I've always been a fan of the Aliens movie series. I like the way the Xenomorphs operate. They are very stealthy. They use crawl spaces. They go in the ceiling. They go under the floor. They go through the walls. So that's what it happens in the house, is you see them popping out of the walls or in the ceiling the way a xenomorph would do. Number 7, the final room in Roanoke, Canibal Colony. It was a very, very interesting room. I kind of wish I could have sat in there and watched for a few minutes. They had these I don't want to call them witch doctors, but Native American, characters. They had some guy up on a bridge, trying to give a sermon, something about an unholy feast or something like that. I couldn't catch it very much, but yeah, after you go through the whole colony and see what's going on, you see, I guess the remnants, the last survivors who haven't succumbed to eating flesh or human flesh, and yeah, it was a really interesting room. Number 6, the opening room from Dracula Untold. It's a very interesting room. It's got this really pounding operatic score going on. It's got these pillars. It looks like a battle went through there. There's shields laying around, swords. There's a few dead bodies.
Dead bodies.
You'll get some later. You go up a walkway and you get to check out the whole room. It's really cool. Number 5, Arrows from Dracula Untold. You go through a certain room and you hear, "All right, use your arrows." And on the wall are these air guns, I guess you could call it. They shoot pressurized air at you. And across from you, you see some guy holding a shield, defending from the arrows, and there's arrows in them. So it's meant to be you either feel the arrows going by you, or you're supposed to be catching arrows, and you're not supposed to be catching arrows in your body. Number 4, Bill and Ted. Bill and Ted is a really great show this year. It's really funny. They do all kinds of stuff from the past year. For an example, there's a lot of your old jokes for Bill and Ted. They're trying to pretend they're college students, and there's a lot of hey, you're too old to be a college student joke and stuff like that. Number 3, the Halloween House. It's based on the classic John Carpenter movie, the very first Halloween movie. So you see a lot of that. There's a lot of really good stuff going on. If you go, try to go at night, because there's a projection outside. They have a whole facade of the outside of the house, and what seems to be, we were in the daylight, so we didn't see anything. What seems to be projections going on in the house, if you were there for acid assault, the way they had a projection on the buildings, that kind of thing. Number 2, Giggles and Gore Incorporated. I liked this house. I'm a fan of clowns. I'm a fan of the Joker. I really liked this house. It's a very interesting concept where evil clowns are not born. They're made. So the concept of this house is bodies are torn apart and evil clowns are assembled. Some people have a phobia of clowns. That makes this house even more fun. Then there's all kinds of stuff going on. It seems to be, maybe somebody in the comments noticed this, one of the clowns might have resembled one of the killer clowns from outer space. That might be just a coincidence. I'm not sure. I do not think that Jack makes an appearance. Jack, being an old icon from previous years of Halloween Horror Nights, it being a clown house, it might make sense, but I really don't think so. I didn't see anybody that even kind of resembled Jack. And even if he was, they would have, pointed him out, and he would have had like a big role. He would have been shouting something or doing something. I don't think so, but maybe the killer clown from outer space might have made it in there. Otherwise,
Maybe.
just what?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, but otherwise, just typical killer crazy clowns.
Yay.
My number one, top 10 overall,
Number one.
Dollhouse of the Damned. One of my favorite houses of all 4 years of Halloween Horror Nights for me was the Orphanage Ashes to Ashes, which was in 2010. That was one of my favorite houses ever.
Hmm.
I think Dollhouse of the Damned is a little bit more liked by myself. That so far is my favorite house. I really dig the outside. I really dig the concept of the house of dolls come to life. A scary concept for almost anybody, or a friendly concept, depending. They have all sorts of dolls of various forms through there, and something that struck a chord with me personally, which is why it's my favorite house.
All right, so pick up the pace. Okay, number 10. I always love this about Halloween Horror Nights, and they definitely did not disappoint. Just through the whole park is the lighting and the fog. The lights from far above. I don't know. I just like long beams of light with different colors and gobos. So I definitely like that. Number 9, I like the fact that the map that you get now has the exit. It tells you where you're exiting from each house, which is kind of nice to know. Number 8, Masquerade on Stitched. I thought that was a pretty cool zone. Of course, like I said, it's got the stilt walkers. You got to have them. I didn't like that they would sometimes bend down for a picture, which is cool, but like I was trying to get them towering above me, but whatever. Number 7 is actually The Walking Dead. Even though they keep bringing it back and over and over and over again, the outside set for the prison scene was amazing.
Yeah.
It was huge, and they said, well, it's the longest house in Halloween Horror Nights history. Well, they're like, okay, no, it really is. You're walking out of a building and thinking, okay, that was a cool. Oh, it keeps going.
Yeah.
And okay, I see we're turning a corner outside this doorway. This must be it, right? No, it keeps going. I mean, it is long.
You are
Very
in that
long.
house for at least 10 minutes, which makes the long wait worth it.
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe how long it is, and that is not what she said. The Purge auction. That's in the Purge Anarchy scare zone, of course. Every once in a while, on the school bus that they've had before, they have a stage, and they auction off some people, which is pretty cool. So we finally got to catch it. They have some flames going up behind it, which is reminiscence of the Halloween Horror Nights 20XX sign. Number 5 is Giggles and Gore. Even though it took forever to get in, and it didn't help that it was raining, when you finally got in, it was awesome. The outside area looks like a factory. It's got like steam coming out. That's really cool. That's where the Holidays of Horror, that's where that was before.
HR Blood Guts.
HR Blood Guts. Of course, there's always a projection there, so get there in the evening. Number 4 is From Dusk Until Dawn. Now, I saw the movie a long time ago, never saw the TV show, but I do like the whole facade in the front and beginning when you're going in, and the guy outside doing the announcing, like, there's no cover to get in, but inside we're barely covered. Stuff like that. It's pretty cool.
I especially liked when he said, and nobody leaves.
So
Disappointed.
yeah. Number 3, I kind of said it, but I'll say it again because it's cool. The scare zones have a little more to them this year. I mean, they've kind of done this before, but the Purge Anarchy has the whole show, and there's a whole human sacrifice over at the Bayou of Blood. So
Yeah.
if you see that stage, make sure to stick around because there is a really cool show that we didn't see because we didn't know was happening. And I can't tell you how often it is because I don't know that either. I can't tell you that the Purge, I think we said we were told it's 10 to 15 minutes. There's 2 different shows.
Yeah, and it switches every other one.
Again, number 2. Again, awesome Bill and Ted. They have again amazing lighting, good writing, the dance moves, the dance numbers, which normally I don't go for, but it's cool. They have a way of making even bad music kind of fun.
Yeah.
So and there's a few surprises for those of you who went last year. Well, like 1 or 2, but so that leaves me to number 1, which I've said briefly, here and there, but it's worth saying again. The scare zones, they're back, and they're big. The Purge is an enormous area. It's the entire New York area. Of course, there's our favorite over in the Central Park area, where you walk through the woods. There's a one in the Hollywood area, which they've had in the past, which has little modular areas. So the Masquerade Unstitched was the very first one you come in if you walk towards the roller coaster. And of course, in the back is the New York area.
Mm-hmm.
So thanks for watching. Shout out to the people at Lens Pro to Go. I rented some equipment from them again. Unfortunately, my channel's too small, so I can't offer you a discount code, or I didn't get anything free either. But I've been really happy with them. So if you want to rent something, tell them Dave and Brian sent you.
Yeah.
Or Zombie and the Clown.
Excuse you. You'll get some
And
later.
if you haven't subscribed, of course, please do. And we'll have more videos up from Halloween Horror Nights 24. And we're going to be back on Halloween night and November 1st. So probably we'll shoot a little more then.
Okay.
So thanks for watching and share if you like it.